Hey guys, welcome to my next top three. Feeling a little bit better this week, which is awesome. I just finished my workout, so I wanted to throw some new exercises at you, and we're going to talk about the top three bicep exercises. So to start with, we have two of our exercises are going to be done standing. So there's a quick concept I wanted to cover before we got going, and that's called a pelvic tilt. Often when we're doing standing exercises, if our base isn't strong enough, as you start to do curls and you're getting tired, you may tend to swing in order to kind of get those last couple reps in there. In order to create a nice sturdy base and to engage your core properly, you turn to the side, you have to think of your pelvis like a bucket. If you get too much of a curve in your lower back, you can think of that bucket tipping forward and spilling. If you do a pelvic tilt, in which you tuck your hips under and correct that bucket and make it so that it's sitting upwards, you immediately have tightened your core and you've gotten rid of that curve in your lower back. And this allows for that core engagement and also for your feet to be nice and planted on the floor. You're so much more balanced and sturdy than you would have been in this position. If you have a hard time figuring that out standing, the first thing you can do is actually lay down on the ground and try to get rid of that curve in the lower back. Make it so that you couldn't stick your hand underneath your lower back. If you create that pelvic tilt laying on the floor, you'll accomplish that and then start practicing it standing up as well. So while we're doing our bicep exercises, we're going to have a nice pelvic tilt to engage the core and create a sturdy base. We're going to start with your traditional curl. So you've obviously just learned something maybe you didn't know about a bicep curl, standing bicep curl, and that's your pelvic tilt. Also, keep those elbows tucked in to your sides. If you start to wing out like this, you're losing your form and taking the focus away from the muscles that are supposed to be worked. So tuck those elbows in, start off down low, and then curl up and down. And another thing you need to concentrate on is controlling that weight on the downward movement too. A lot of times we worry about getting that squeeze at the top and then we let them fall to the bottom. Well, first of all, you're not in control of the weight. You're going to injure yourself, and you're not getting the most out of the exercise. So control up and control down. Both movements should be nice and controlled. Right from here, you can actually go into our second exercise, which is called a hammer curl. So think of holding a hammer, and you would hammer a nail. This actually works the second muscle in that part of the arm. Bicep means two, so there are two muscles there. One is the traditional bicep bump here, but there's also one that runs this way. So your hammer curls are actually going to engage that muscle a little bit more. So again, you're in a neutral grip, meaning that the palms are facing towards your body, and you just come up and back down again. Now both of these can be done with a variation. You can do alternating like that, or both of them together. Hammer curls have to be done with either dumbbells or maybe a pulley where you have a rope you can hold on to this way, but you can't do that with a bar, obviously. So the traditional curl can be done with a bar, though, as well. Okay, and then the last one, we're going to do this one laying down. And I found this one to be really unique because if you don't have a preacher curl set up, this isolates the bicep muscle pretty close to the same level that a preacher curl would. And you do need a bench for this, which I know not everybody has at home. But if you have a basic setup, then you would, or everybody has one at their gym. So put it in a very low incline or a medium incline here. I guess this is roughly a 45-degree angle here. When you lay down, you're going to tuck those elbows in. And if your bench is wide enough, you can actually almost tuck your elbows right against the bench seat. And you lower your weight and bring it back up again. Again, this isolates that bicep even more, just like a preacher curl setup would. And if you don't know what a preacher curl setup is, it's a pad that runs this way in front of you, and you would lay your arms down on it to isolate. And basically what that's doing is taking away any sort of body swing or cheating to get the reps in, really forces those biceps to work on their own. So those are 3 bicep exercises plus the pelvic tilt to practice. Hopefully that helps you out with sculpting those beautiful arms, or handsome arms, depending on who you may be. And welcome to join me again next week for our next top 3. And don't forget, boot camp starts October 7th, that's a Tuesday, at 6:30 p.m. at Foothills Fitness Center in Cornish, Maine. And also you can join us at In His Image at Calvary Bible Church in Hiram, Maine, and that is on first and third Wednesdays of the month at 8:30 a.m. Free class for that one. The boot camp starts at $5 a class. So thank you guys. I'll see you next week, and have a wonderful week.